Right, I thought I'd do a video as a bit of an antidote to yesterday's video, a bit of a counterpoint to yesterday's video, because yesterday I was having a crap day, and we're crap few days, and I just wanted to, while I was feeling like that, understand why I was feeling like that and elaborate to see whether anybody else could relate. But like I say, life is all about counterpoints, isn't it? And today, the counterpoint to that is one of a video that's a bit more upbeat. So first of all, I hope that the weather wherever you are is as perfect as it is here. Late February, bit of a chilly breeze, but other than that, it's a mild day for the time of the year. Clear blue skies, and it's a perfect day to be out walking. But every day is a perfect day to be out walking, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, one of the things that I've learned is that when times are tough externally, I think it gives us an opportunity to, if we are interested in spiritual development, to get there faster. And I don't mean take shortcuts, but we learn more about ourselves when times are tough. We have to dig deep for answers. We have to really search deep inside ourselves to see who I'm ask and then answer the question, who am I? And when times are challenging, that deep introspection needs to be done. And as a result, I think I'm now further ahead in my own personal journey of life. I have a greater sense of meaning than I ordinarily would have done if times were better. I don't know whether that resonates with anybody, but I'm not trying to find positives in this video, right? I am actually pointing out positives, and that is one straight away, I think. So let me know what you think about that. The enlightenment comes as a result of suffering, basically. And I'm not saying I'm enlightened, but I think I am more enlightened than I was this time last year. So that's the first thing. Now the second thing I wanted to say is, it's interesting, you know, because sometimes we choose to be angry. It's not an organic sensation, an organic emotion. Sometimes, I say we, I do, but I'm sure I'm not alone. And when I look back and think, well, which days in the last year did I choose to be angry? Maybe because it gave me a sense of, I don't know, a sense of what? Maybe moral virtue, I guess. I'm going to get angry because of the way all these other people are behaving. And yeah, let's be honest, we've said before, everyone's going to have to live with themselves, aren't they, in the years to come, with regard to what they did and didn't do. But there's no point us who are awake choosing to be angry when we can choose to be something else. So I'm asking you, do you ever choose anger instead of, I don't know, self-care or nurture or positivity or I don't know, any of those more positive emotions? Yeah, don't get me wrong, I get it. I just walked past, just out on this walk now, I walked past someone before and she leapt out the way of me, even though we're in the middle of nowhere. It made me feel angry. And then I walked past another couple and I heard them saying, oh, we're allowed to do this. I didn't hear the rest of the sentence. Yeah, and that makes me angry. But you don't necessarily have to hold on to that type of anger. It can be fleeting. You know, we can choose to let it wash over us. Choose to ration our anger. Anger is important. It's going to be an important tool to get us out of this. People do need to get angry. But for those of us who are awake, I think we need to give ourselves a day off sometimes. We are aware of the problem and we know we want to try and find a way to solve it. But we also must remember that we need to look after ourselves. And if that means completely getting away from it all every now and again, which is what I'm doing today, I'm having a day completely away from all of this nonsense that's going on. What's going to reinvigorate us, recharge our batteries, enable us to, to do a bit of important self-reflection, bring a bit of peace to our day, a bit of peace to our souls, to our being. And so that's what I wanted to say, really. Now, another related to that, another aspect is what I've noticed is that the people, and I include myself in this, may be talking too much about the problems and repeating, going over the same things again and again and again, recounting experiences with the mask Nazis, as annoying as they are. But I look on my Facebook and I'm seeing a lot of the same thing all the time, and I've contributed to that myself. And I think there needs to be a shift now away from everyone who's fully conscious and fully awake to, well, let's ask ourselves the question, I guess, are we fully awake if we're just focusing on the problem all the time? That's the first thing. Maybe there's different stages of enlightened consciousness to get to. Focus on the solution, and that is, yes, I'm not saying don't talk about the problem. We need to understand, really understand the context, the background and the detail of what's going on. Doesn't mean we need to talk about it all the time. So that's something I wanted to point out, really, and I count myself in that. I'm just wondering if anybody else has recently begun to feel the same type of thing as that. Another observation I've had is, if you talk directly to people, say on Facebook, about the situation we're in, like directly, you get loads of engagement. If you talk about anything else, I mean literally anything else, people aren't as keen to engage. So it is a topic that is understandably all consuming. It has completely consumed the country, our society, the world. It's all that anybody ever talks about. And again, I'm including myself in this, which is why I'm doing this video. But it can't be like that, can it? Yes, I think we are at war, and in many ways, I think it's I'm not going to say I'd like to swap the position we're in now for a traditional battle, guns and bullets. I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to say is that it's incredibly difficult, particularly for those of us who are awake, who are trying to wake other people up and do something about it. Psychologically, it's incredibly, I can't imagine anything more difficult than what we're actually going through. So it's important to not let us consume every waking hour of every waking day. It's critical, because I think that's what the end goal is. That is actually the aim of propaganda and brainwashing, is to get people to focus on just one thing. And even those of us who are awake must ensure now that we're not falling into that trap, even though we think we are. I think that we've actually made the effort, haven't we, to try and debate, try and contextualise, try and research. We think we're awake. I think we are awake. But it's important that in our lives that we start focusing on how we're actually going to resolve this problem as well. So yeah, and that does entail making sure that we're kind to ourselves. So today I'm out on this walk. I'll do some yoga when I get back, cook a nice tea. I'm going to do some gardening, and just remember, again, any one of you watching this video who's made a sacrifice, who's taken a massive risk in their lives, who've left themselves open to vilification, criticism, to being ostracised by friends and families. And I know families have been torn apart and friendships have been destroyed. But anyone who's done that in the name of truth and in the name of what's right, you are a hero. Heroes aren't people who just go to work because it's their job. Heroes aren't people who stand 2 meters away from each other. Heroes aren't people who get vaccines. They're not heroes. History will reflect on you as a hero, an upstanding citizen, and as a crucial member of society, as the shield to full-blown tyranny. Remember that, and then remind yourself that you don't need to be consumed by everything that's going on, by the ignorance, the cowardice, the stupidity and the naivety of the general population. You know, try and give yourself a break from it from time to time. I'm saying this talking to myself more than anything else, but I'm pretty sure that, you know, others watching this will relate to what I'm saying. There are some things that yet we still have. You know, we have the ability to, we have control over our lives sometimes more than we might still realise. We have full control over our internal world, and we still have an element of influence in our external world as well. So there we go, that's my message today. If you like what I had to say, then please subscribe. I really appreciate that. Thanks for watching to the end. If you've got this far, if you can give me a thumbs up as well, that'd be great. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon. All right, bye bye.